All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect that is scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the four winds of the earth, who are in hope of mercy and salvation during the time of Jacob's trouble, as well as when Yahweh Shai returns to the planet Earth. Now, this I'm gonna make this one pretty quick. If you can see this article I have here, entitled "Massachusetts Arrests Parents Who Refuse Babies Jump Shots, Seizes All 5 Children." So you mean to tell me this is the land of the free? Is this truly the land of? No, it's not. We are no longer in pre-COVID Babylon or America. All right, and this is just an example of when it comes to Esau's medical field, you having babies. All right, and you getting any type of treatment, it don't matter what type of doctor, they are all against you Jakes. All right? You Israelites need to, which 2/3 of you ain't gonna get it. But it's constantly being shown. Here it is. When you read, matter of fact, let's read it a little bit. Because when you read it, it tells you that their pediatrician snitched on them, all right, and told them that he was going to contact authority if they didn't jump shot their child. Okay? It says, in the chilling escalation of medical authority over parental rights, Massachusetts state officials forcibly removed 5 children from their home after the parents refused routine jump shots for their 9-month-old baby. A decision they made on, religious grounds. You still think you free? Okay, it's only gonna get a lot more strict. What followed was something out of a dystopian nightmare. Arrests, handcuffs, and cross-state manhunt after the parents fled to protect their family. Now, one child is in state custody. The mother faces jail time, and critics are calling it a clear-cut case of government-sanctioned kidnapping. And that's exactly what it is. See, this is why you got to return to your power, so you can have some protection. Okay, he got a beard on his face, but he more than likely is a part of the wearing it for fashion, or he a Muslim. Because if he was an Israelite and following the correct doctrine, he wouldn't find himself in this situation. All right. It says, and this is their names let me know that they Israelites of the Northern Kingdom. Could be Puerto Rican. All right. But it says Isel Rivera and Ruth Encarnacion, homeschooling parents of 5 from the Worcester area, reportedly declined routine jump shots for their infant, citing religious beliefs. The decision triggered a series of events that culminated in the Department of Children and Families removing their children and the parents being arrested in Texas after leaving the state. How the hell did they get tracked down all the way in Texas? Because the whole system is against you, Jake. Okay? It says, according to a legal filing and a family testimony, the couple's conflict began after notifying their pediatrician, Dr. Bazad Goharfar, which this is probably East Elan, or Salakia. I got a little excited. Elamite, or a Persian motherfucker. All right, these heathens that have been confederate against us. All right, one of their doctors over here handling us. All right. It says, after notifying their pediatrician, Dr. Bazad Goharfor, and I'm almost certain that's a goddamn Elamite, man. One of them goddamn dot-head Persians. Fucking heathen. I can't stand them heathens, man. Because they have the power on this side, man. You know what I'm saying? And it irks to see it. It irks to hear it. It irks to actually deal with it, man. But anyway, it says, of their decision to delay or forego jump shots, they claim that during their final visit, Dr. Goharfor, the Persian, allegedly warned them that he would file a report with DCF. I'm going to tell on y'all if y'all don't poison your child. Because that's essentially what you're doing when you allow them to stick your babies. You're poisoning them. And you wonder why your son got to wear a helmet now. Because he like to bang his head against shit. Okay? It says, DCF a 5-1A if they did not comply with the state's jump shot schedule. And that alone should piss you off that these goddamn heathen are able to do that, man. Okay, now that looks like that's them, the couple. Indeed, Israelites. Or is that them? Let me see. Yep. Rivera Encarnacion and their family were found safe in Texas, arrested and sent back to Massachusetts. How they was found way in Texas from goddamn Massachusetts? Okay, we're moving closer and closer to this dictatorship rule. Whatever daddy government say, you're gonna have to comply or face the consequences. And this is ultimately the judgment of the Lord. All right, but it says following this confrontation, Rivera and Encarnacion attempted to switch pediatricians. All right. But soon after, DCF showed up at their home. Fearing state intervention, the family left Massachusetts for Texas. Days later, an Amber Alert was issued and the couple was arrested and extradited back to Massachusetts, charged with parental kidnapping. How the hell can parents kidnap their own children? Don't even make sense. And then when you read down here, it says, right here. Let me finish. It says, critics say the couple was denied due process when the Massachusetts judge approved the care protection order without notifying the parents or conducting a hearing. See, what you, Jake, you getting ready to find, you finding out is your children really don't belong to you. All right? Especially if you signed a birth certificate. Okay? They belong to the elite bankers. They're collateral. All right? Which that's a whole nother topic in itself. But anyway, it says, the couple's attorney, as well as several advocacy groups, argue that no evidence of abuse or neglect has been presented. All right? Meaning, he take care of it. They take care of their children. There's no neglect. There's no abuse. The simple fact they were arrested is because they refused to jump shot their youngest child, their 9-month-old child. All right, and so they were arrested and charged with parental kidnapping. All right, and y'all think y'all free. We under these curses still, man. I'm gonna read it. It says Encarnacion now faces jail time, possible jail time, while the baby has been placed in state custody. All right. Under supervised visitation, the remaining children's whereabouts and custodial status remain unclear. So, I mean, I ain't got to read anymore, but here's another case. I remember a few months back, maybe last year, it was a so-called black couple. You know what I'm saying? That tried to do the home birth thing, and what'd they do? They went to their pediatrician, all right, to make sure the baby was good, you know what I'm saying, and healthy. But clearly they weren't under they were Israelites, but they didn't acknowledge, and the Lord allowed the same thing that's happening to this family happen to the so-called black family. So this is a Latin family, and then sometime last year, either late last year or sometime last year, it happened to a so-called black family, and it was brought to the forefront, which is happening all over. But when you having babies, and this man wants to stick them, you can't even say no. They don't give a damn about even the religious your religious beliefs. They are your God, and what they say goes according to them. And if not, they gonna paint you out as they got this man, a man who clearly takes care of his children. And according to what's written, there's no abuse or neglect in any of the children. The only thing is they refuse to jump shot their baby. All right? Because of all the shit that has come out about these jump shots. Look right here. Where'd it go? Jump shots cause autism. And that's RFK Jr. right there. Or RFK. JFK's son. All right? So why would they, with all this information available, why would they trust this man to stick their children or their child? You wouldn't. But if you ain't protected by the blood of the Lamb and the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai ain't on you, then you subject for these people to come at you and get you without any protection. And that's why they got him like he's a criminal, handcuffed for fleeing state rule, poisoning their child. All right. Now they got him handcuffed, looking like a criminal. Okay. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy 28:32 right here. When I seen the article, I was like, man, that's the curses, man. Okay, and he ain't had no. Do this man look like he got power? No power. He probably can whoop both their ass by himself, but he has no power in his hand. He's handcuffed and in front of a judge that's telling him that he kidnapped his own child and that he's breaking the law by not poisoning it. You can't make it up. But Jake think they free here. Okay? You people are about to see that this man is finna take away and strip all of your freedoms. All right? So this Deuteronomy 28:32, it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. Okay? CPS, what's this one called in Massachusetts? See, out here in California, it's CPS, Child Protective Services. This one is CFS or DCF, Department of Children and Families. All right. Each state has their own alphabet agency dealing with the children. Okay. Whether it's Child Protective Services, Department of Children and Family, you know, any of those type of groups in the states, alphabet agencies are there. Matter of fact, Allie Carter, I don't know if y'all know who that is, but that's basically she's basically a survivor of SEX trafficking, and she says she points out how CPS is a part of the scheme of it all, the trafficking. All right, they get these children that don't have nobody, no parents, no nothing, and they in CPS. They go from family to family, and they get trafficked through the CPS itself. All right. And it's a majority of Israelite children that this happens to. So again, it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. All right. The state got control of their baby, and they can't even see their baby without uh 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 they only got visitation rights. You know what I'm saying? A baby that they made together, all right, they only could have visitation rights. I don't know. Did it say let me see, did it say what's it called? Supervised. Yeah, supervised visitation. So somebody gotta be there when they go see their baby. But Jake think you free. No, you under these curses, Jack. This is what America was built for. All right? To where we wouldn't have no ease. We would be constantly under some type of pressure. Lest ye repent and return to the Father. Now you're going to be free in your mind. And you're going to move differently. All right? It says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And this happened during slavery, hardcore slavery, and it's happening even now when with no chains on us, no plantation master. All right, your new plantation masters are your pediatricians, your doctors. All right, the police. You know, these people that have that power to write some shit on the paper and declare you a whole criminal. Okay? That's your masters now. And now, my man is Ezel. Look, he longing for, you can tell, look in his face, like, man, these motherfuckers really telling me that I tried to kidnap my own child because I didn't want to poison him. You know, see, it get real when you get them cuffs on you, and they telling you to your face some bullshit, but they really carrying it out on your ass. You know what I'm saying? No power in your hands. Through, and you got this. I don't know if that's his attorney, who the hell this woman is. Okay. Scriptures don't lie, man. They on point. It says, and there shall be no might in thine hand. You ain't got no power. All right? Let's jump down to, is it 40? Yeah, 41. It says, thou shalt begat sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And having the state take control or take custody of your child is in captivity. All right? Because they not going to care for your child the way you would care for your child. Yeah, they're going to provide meals and shelter and whatnot, but that's prison. Prison provide meals and shelter. You know? They're going to give the children the worst type of food. All right? And they just going to put somebody to pay somebody to keep them that don't care for them the way you do. All right? That's what's going to happen. Matter of fact, let's get a couple precepts off of the blue letter. Okay. Let's see what they got. Okay, yeah, this is the one I wanted. Jeremiah 16, 2 through 4. It says, thou shalt not take thee a wife, neither shalt thou have sons or daughters in this place. Now, this was talking about ancient Babylon when we went in there. All right? It says, even this Babylon, okay? Because in this time, that's why Yahweh Shai said, the days come that it shall be said, blessed are the barren. All right? And to the paps that gave no suck. Meaning, it's going to be, say, blessed to the women that never had children. Because women with children are going to be bereaved of those children. All right? They're going to catch hell because of the mother's love for their children. We in a time to where having children without the protection of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai could be detrimental for your health. Because as a parent, you'll kill for yours. I know I will. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta, us that's in the spirit, we know how to move now. Okay? We in a time people are on edge. You get your child taken. You know what I'm saying? You lose your job. You might lose. Man, you people are gonna get ready to start losing it, man. Okay? When you coming after the children, yeah. Verse 3. For thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, the children that are born, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begat them in this land. They shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. Now, ultimately, that's going to take place when the next major event happens in Babylon. But I'm just reading this to show you, you know what I'm saying? Everything that we go through is because we've departed from the Lord. Even to the point of Esau being able to take your children, man. All right? Because ultimately, it's the Lord taking your children. It's the Lord doing all this to us because we're the ones that broke the covenant of keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. All right? As we agreed to as a nation. All right? Yeah, I didn't even want to make it this long. I just, Spirit's on me right now. I saw this article and I said, yeah, I could, speak on this. But yeah, we in that time, man. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying? We stay, in the Spirit and stay prayed up in hopes that the Lord is going to have mercy upon us who believe in these latter times, man. Call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and we on to the next. Shalom.